You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X. I've...
All right, let's go.
Right behind you. was hoping for a challenge. Sloppy tactics, Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. You'll need to say B592
Sure.
once he's shut down.
Good.
Well, he might... That's all, sir.
Well done. By your gear, I would guess you two are agents just like me. So, we get into the top. Is the influence of desperate resources and stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs.
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
What? You okay? Gabriel, can you hear me? Hell yeah!
Nice work, sir. This is X688. Ready to relay with the claim synth B. 592.
What was that?
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for you. It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel, but enough about that. The task is done.
Sure.
I couldn't have hoped. While you were away, you'll find. Go and have a look.
Your quarters are just inside, sir. When you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
It's gotta be someone on the inside. When he finds out who, well,
those raiders of
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
No, I can't talk about that.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Sometimes I hide my dad's work notes just to mess with him. It drives him crazy.
From what I hear, that rogue synth of Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Hello, Father.
Tell me,
I try and talk it out, see if things can be...
an admiral.
Right.
They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
Sounds pretty...
Oh, but we also...
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a
Uh-huh.
The importance of Bunker Hill and our asset there is not widely known. Please keep it that way.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital, but the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside act?
We can't attack too early.
Uh-huh.
You'll probably have a courser escort.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you.
Try and keep our targets. The situation we move in.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Negative. You are not authorized to carry them. Here are the recall codes. Follow me. SRB intelligence reports indicate that the mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting. Requesting backup. Attacking an enemy.
Hello. What? Who's there? Someone there? Movement detected. Curious. Nap time! You cannot remain undetected for long. Unacceptable! Upper limb actuator, your person. Kill them! Kill them all! Smashing! Smashing!
Lock's really strong. Son.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for...
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a... Standing here, I know that to you, both of us, really.
They kept me alive, too.
They did, indeed.
Enough.
Well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was... It only made sense that my parents should...
Right.
I'll admit. When I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find extraordinary.
Sure. You could have let me out decades ago.
Until I became director, certainly it was no longer necessary. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive, perhaps?
Sean, you need to know.
I can see that you do. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done, a future which I hope is not in jeopardy after. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what...
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. But I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
If you require maintenance, please file
Sean.
a report. with
Let's get this
Facilities
directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's... well, it's important.
This a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was
Let's
thinking
get
of
this
another
directorate
country.
meeting over with before we speak further. It's... well,
Perhaps
it's important.
disassemble. We can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Yes, sir.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been. Power is... I'm not talking. With every advance, many compromise.
In this world...
Quite right. Phase 3, it will ensure not just...
Sounds like an important step.
The reactor is close to ready. And to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Doctor. While I'm not overly...
Yes, but...
This is not... Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What? Can't
Please,
be serious.
everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest to that end.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you...
Ignoring your borderline. The Institute has... I believe my... This will conclude this.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge. There are...
Busy day for you, isn't it? When?
Dr. Carlin's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details.
Sure.
Recent events have... We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled. You're going to the mass future...
Mm-hmm. Consider it done.
I'll consider it.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate, but here we are. Not to put more pressure. We don't want them getting the agitated. Head on up to the relay.
I couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
Must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.